What is the White House reaction to Special Counsel Durham's report on how the FBI handled the Trump-Russia probe?
I would leave it to the Department of Justice to speak to.
The president talks often about how he wants the DOJ and FBI to remain independent and above the fray. That report seems to reflect the opposite. Does he agree with Special Counsel Durham that there needs to be wholesale changes at the FBI?
Again, that is with the Department of Justice. That's not something that I'm going to speak from the podium. As you just stated in your question, we believe in an independent Department of Justice. That's what the president said when he was running, and that's what the president has said the last 2 years. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in Japan.
This time, will you have a little chance to visit Japan? Last time you didn't get out of the hotel room.
Me? Are you going to visit Japan, Karine?
I mean, yeah, hopefully. We'll see. We'll be busy. We'll be very busy.
The video that the U.S. has released asking Russian intelligence to share its secrets with the United States, why now? Why would any Russian share that kind of information? And what assurances, safety assurances, is the U.S. offering?
You're talking about the video that the CIA released. It's not uncommon for them to do this, for one thing. They look for recruits, same as the U.S. Navy does, and so it's not uncommon for them to use video as an opportunity to see if they can encourage others to help them out. I'd refer you to CIA to speak to the efficacy of that process and that program, but it's not atypical for them to do that, and frankly, it would be irresponsible if they weren't doing that.
Are you offering safety assurances, though? I mean, why would...
I'd refer you to the CIA to speak to the details of the program.
A few moments ago that the president can do two things at once. He can do foreign policy, he can do domestic policy. You guys have said repeatedly before that the president can be president anywhere. So why then would he cancel part of his trip?
I didn't say he was canceling part of his trip.
No, you said you're reevaluating it.
I said we're reevaluating, but we've made, there's not been a cancellation as yet, but that could happen. We'll see where it goes. I think, to get to, I think the gist of your question is, the president often has to make tough decisions about how and where he's going to spend his time. But if the trip gets truncated or changed or modified in any way, it should be nothing more than a statement of the president putting his priorities where he believes they need to be. And again, I want to say, we wouldn't have to have this conversation. I wouldn't have to answer these questions if Congress just did the right thing.
Well, and to the president, though, is willing to discuss work requirements when it comes to TANF, but not for Medicaid or SNAP. That's what we're talking about here?
We're talking about is making sure that something that the president has been pretty consistent about for these past several months is continuing to fight for health care coverage.
And something goes down with this because, what you're discussing right now is negotiating with congressional Republicans that they want done in order to raise the debt limit by this deadline. At the first of the next month. So how are you not negotiating about the debt limit if you're negotiating about something that's contingent on them raising the debt limit?
I hear you. We are right now having a conversation, negotiating on the budget. That's what the president has been very clear about. We want to go back to regular order and talk about appropriations. That's what we've been very clear that the debt limit needs to be taken care of. Congress needs to do their constitutional duty. And